Okay, let's talk about something that is just so incredibly frustrating about having an ADHD brain. You've had a long day, right? You feel totally and completely wiped out. But the second your head hits that pillow, bam, your brain decides it's the perfect time to party. It's this crazy paradox that keeps so many of us staring at the ceiling at night, and today we're going to dig into exactly why it happens. Does this sound familiar to you? You spend the entire day fighting to focus, feeling like you could literally fall asleep at your desk. But then, when you finally crawl into bed, your brain is just wide awake, racing with a million thoughts. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone, and it turns out there's a real biological reason for this. I bet this whole list just feels painfully familiar. You know, you can't settle down at night. Then, when you finally do drift off, your sleep is all over the place. And the morning? Oh, the morning is a whole other battle. Sleeping through alarms, feeling like you're in a total fog for hours. It is just such a frustrating cycle.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to look at this sleep paradox, get into the science of your body clock, and talk about the tricky role medication can play. And then we'll get to the good stuff, real solutions, and a practical toolkit you can literally start using tonight. Let's dive in.
All right, first up, the ADHD sleep paradox. Let's really get into why your brain seems to be putting up a fight against sleep.
So, the science behind this whole mess really comes down to your body's internal clock, which is also known as your circadian rhythm. Now, for a lot of people with ADHD, this clock is just, well, it's out of sync with the rest of the world.
And look, your circadian rhythm is so much more than just a sleep-wake cycle. Think of it as your body's master operating system. It controls when you feel hungry, your body temperature, your emotions, and yeah, even those all-important executive functions. So it's no wonder that when this clock is off, everything just feels harder.
This misalignment often shows up as something called eveningness. Now, this is important. This is not a choice or some kind of bad habit. It's a genuine, natural proneness to feel more alert, more creative, and more productive later in the evening. Your body is basically living in a totally different time zone than everyone around you. Some researchers even call it social jet lag.
I absolutely love this analogy because it nails the difference perfectly. For a neurotypical brain, the tired signal is loud, it's demanding, it's basically shouting, hey, I'm getting ready to sign off, you can put me in bed or we can just make this happen right here in this chair. But for the ADHD brain, the signal is way more subtle. It's like a polite little whisper saying, you know, I can go to bed if you let me, I'm ready when you are, but if you're not, that's cool, I'll just sit here and wait.
And that right there is the core of the problem. As Dr. Tracy Marks puts it, when you're hyper-focused on something, a project, a video game, anything, it is just so easy to completely miss those subtle, polite, tired signals. Your brain just blows right past its exit ramp for sleep. Okay, so let's add another layer of complexity here, shall we? Let's talk about the medication complication. This is a huge piece of the puzzle because the relationship between ADHD meds and sleep, it's a two-way street.
Check this out. On one hand, your medication, whether it's a stimulant or not, can push back sleepiness and sometimes cause you to wake up more during the night. But here's the kicker. On the other hand, not getting enough quality sleep actually makes those same medications less effective. This creates a terrible, vicious cycle where you feel like you need a higher dose to get the same focus, which then, you guessed it, can make sleeping even harder.
So what on earth is the answer here? How do you break that cycle? Well, it's almost never just one single thing. The best strategy is almost always a combined approach, using both medications wisely and building better behaviors to get that body clock back on track. And when we talk about medication, let's be really clear here. Sleep medication should be seen as a strategic, temporary tool. It can be amazing for helping reset your body clock to a new schedule, or to help you recover from a major sleep deficit. But because your body can build a tolerance, it's really best used here and there, not as a nightly crutch.
And that brings us to the most powerful section of all, your actionable sleep toolkit. These are real, practical things you can start doing tonight to finally start working with your brain instead of fighting against it.
First things first, since you can't rely on your internal cues, you've got to create an external system. Build a concrete wind-down plan. So, let's say you want to start winding down at 10 p.m. You're going to set a 15-minute warning alarm for 9:45. Then you set a second, and this is non-negotiable, a time to stop alarm for 10 p.m. sharp. That's it. Pencils down. That alarm is your cue to stop what you're doing and dedicate the next hour to just relaxing.
So, what does that relaxing hour look like? Think of it like a menu of options. You could wear blue light blocking glasses for a couple of hours before bed.
You could listen to a meditation app. You could even do something meditative like coloring. Oh, and here's a great one. Try taking a warm foot bath about 2 hours before bed. Seriously. The way your body cools down afterwards is a really powerful natural trigger for sleep.
And one last absolutely crucial tool for your kit: daytime exercise. This one is a non-negotiable. It helps your body build up what's called sleep pressure, so you actually feel tired at night. Plus, it does incredible things for your brain, helping to build new neural connections. It is an investment that pays off big time for both your waking and your sleeping hours. So, as we wrap up here, I want to leave you with this question to think about. What is one thing, just one, that you will add to your sleep toolkit tonight? Remember, it's the small, consistent changes that are finally going to solve this sleep paradox for you. Thanks for spending this time with me.